Hi, and welcome to the September edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move. I'm Mayor Todd Gottell.
And I'm Brian Fundenberg, Interim City Manager.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Mayor.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's very nice to have you here.
Been looking forward to it.
Have you?
No.
Okay. I knew that. Well, I don't know if you know this or not, because this is really, I think, your first time officially as co-host of the show. But this show is produced entirely by city staff and can be seen on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16.
That's
You
right.
can also find us on the YouTube channel. You know we got YouTube?
Yes, I do, and I've actually watched it numerous occasions.
I thought it was just for kids, but I guess not.
No, I guess not.
But you can find us by going to Rowlett Texas Video. And if you're on the web, you can go to rowlett.com to our streaming video tab.
I've been there too, Mayor.
Have you?
I
Good.
have.
I like that. All right. Well, sounds like it'll be a lot of fun today. So, all right. So, why don't we start off with the news? And I think one of the most important things that we always talk about is really the budget. You know, every year we go through this process. Every city goes through it, and there's a lot of discussion around, you know, what the property tax rate is going to be, all of the expenditures and all those things that, of course, surround the budget. And most of these are very eventful evenings, meaning people show up and they're talking about the high tax rates and they're talking about where do you cut. And we changed that strategy a long time ago. And why don't you tell us about that?
We have, Mayor. I mean, one of the things that we did was we started looking further out. So instead of having just a one-year budget that we do in a vacuum, we actually have a two-year budget that we propose, as well as a five-year financial model. And the reason we do that is so that when we start making changes in the budget, we actually can see the impact it would have on future years.
That's right. And that really, that five-year model that you've talked about before in the past has really helped us pretty significantly, because it gives you, as you said, visibility into the future. And what I really like about our events is they're non-eventful, meaning they, you of course present the information that's there. We know exactly what it's going to say, because at the end of the day, we've talked about it all year long. So there really aren't any surprises.
That's right, and it allows us also to be more strategic about how we allocate our resources.
That's right. Now, can I celebrate?
Celebrate?
It's time to celebrate.
We haven't adopted it yet. Oh,
well,
why then?
we're close. We're close to adopting it.
All right, why are we going to celebrate?
What we're proposing is the 9th consecutive year of the property tax rate will be unchanged at roughly 75 cents per $100 in assessed valuation. Think about that, 9 straight years without a property tax increase. That really is a testament, very, very seriously, to the entire hard work with you and your entire staff and everybody in the organization that plays a very, very important role in this. And to be able to do that, considering there's a lot of history we'll talk about in just a minute that gets to that point, but really, it really is truly a testament to the quality of the organization.
Well, Mayor, I appreciate that, and I know our employees work very hard at it, but I also want to let you know it's a testament to the level of financial stewardship provided by the Mayor and the City Council. Rowlett is a gold member of the Texas Comptroller's Leadership Circle, and we take financial transparency very seriously.
So tell us a little bit about the award, because one of the challenges I think when people hear this is, I don't really, is it like a medal, is it a certificate? I mean, what exactly does it mean?
Well, there are strict criteria that the Texas Comptroller requires for a city to be a gold medal city. And one of those, Mayor, is that you put information online so that your citizens and your customers can have access to it. For example, our budget we post our monthly financial reports. We post the annual audited financial statements and our check register. Cities that do not include their check register can only receive the silver medal, but we in turn have all of our documents out there for our citizens to see. And as a result, we are a gold medal city, which is the highest level you can receive.
Well, and I appreciate the explanation on that, because, as we go through this process every year, I don't think people realize the quality of the organization that we have, and awards like that really speak to the quality of the organization.
Yes, sir.
Another amazing thing that I am really impressed with, it, I don't think most people truly understand within the organization, as we've gone through this process year after year after year, we've had a decline in property values.
Yes, we have.
5th consecutive year property values have declined.
Yes, sir. Now, Mayor, we are cumulatively up to $1.9 million. And that's almost a nickel on the tax
$1.9
rate.
million off of our operating budget. In other words,
That's
that's the money that we have to spend
That's
to provide
correct.
those services to our citizens.
But the good news is that our commercial values did increase this year, about 1.5%. The problem is that our residential values continue to decline and erode gains made by our commercial development.
Right. Well, and the challenge on that, and I want to talk about that $1.9 million for just a second, because I think this is really important that people understand. That money is directly off of our bottom line. In other words, that is directly going toward the services that we provide to the citizens in this community. And I'm really proud to say that we have not touched services at all. If anything, in most cases, you're getting a higher level of service to the citizens for the same money. So we have made some significant cuts, and again, I go back to you, meaning staff, but you guys have done just a tremendous job in managing all the resources that we have.
Well, and Mayor, as you know, we ended up cutting nearly 5 or 6 straight years at one point. And it has hurt, but we've managed to do it with the least impact to our customers. Going forward, though, that won't be the case. If we have to continue to make cuts, we will not be able to do it without impacting service.
Well, in addition to that, we're also pulling out $4 million to go into a cash CIP plan.
Yes, sir.
Which means that's money directly off the bottom line again that could be used to provide services that we're putting directly into capital improvements and paying for them.
That's right, but at the same time, the capital improvements program is a testament to why maintenance works.
That's right.
We need that level of capital maintenance in this community.
Well, tell me about the bridge. We over the past 3 years, staff has developed and managed an ongoing financial strategy to bridge our current financial gap until the completion of the Turnpike, of course, which is here, and the DART light rail.
Well, Mayor, one of the things that we've been talking about for some time is that PGBT and DART are now here. They're open. That moment in time is upon us. The future of our citizens have waited for 30 years is finally here. In 2015, year 2 of this budget proposal truly represents a fork-in-the-road decision point for the community. If Rowlett is ever going to achieve financial sustainability and capitalize on the vision that this community has had for itself, given the extraordinary commitment, 45 years in the making, to see the completion of PGBT and the 27-year wait for the arrival of DART Blue Line light rail.
That's right. And when you talk about that moment in time, people have waited a long time to have these things, and it's amazing that I remember having conversations with Linda and talking to her about only 2 more months and DART will be here, and only a few more months and the President George Bush Turnpike is here. Yes. But it's here, and they're open and they're operating and they're being used every single day, and they have made a difference in our community. They really have. But they're pretty significant investments,
yes.
and some of those investments are going to take a long time before we really truly see the true payback.
Well, and that's true, Mayor. And one of the things we have to ask ourselves as a community is, do we want to just continue to just get by at this point? Or are we going to finally achieve the potential that this community has been striving for since PGBT was first conceived? It's doubtful that anyone in 1967 believed it would take decades to achieve success, or that Rowlett would be 66% built out when we got to this point. So when our vision was finally realized, and given the fact that only 10% of the remaining property left to develop is zoned for commercial or industrial development, Rowlett will always be a residential suburban bedroom community.
Now, Brian, I've been here 18 years, and I remember the story 18 years ago. People would say to me, wait until the commercial development comes, wait until the commercial development comes, and that's going to be sort of the savior. But when you really look at the landscape of our community in general, we really did not design this to be a commercial community. When just 66 is a very good example because people can see that because they drive it every day. But when you look at the depth of the property that's on 66, it's really not conducive to big box type retail without taking out everything behind it. And in most cases, everything behind it are homes, because we built this out to be a residential community.
Well, and that's true, Mayor. And one of the things that, I've been here 10 years, and one of the things I heard when I came in was that some days, Rowlett's going to be a 50-50 city or a 60-40 city. Right. In other words, 60% residential and 40% commercial. And it's not going to happen. At 66% built out, we know now what the remaining 33% looks like.
That's exactly right. And it usually goes back to, and the challenge as we go back to all of this is asking ourselves a very simple question. If nothing happens between now and fiscal year 2015, what happens? In other words, as we go through this, we are really at a crossroads.
Yes, we
are. And
are.
as you talked about, do we raise taxes? Do we cut services? But as you talk about that one moment in time, we are at a very pivotal point to that essentially it said, look, we've got to make a decision of what do we really want to be. Yeah. And it's not do we want to be a residential city or a commercial city, but what kind of services do we want to provide? What kind of look and feel do we want to have? And I always judge, it's interesting because I've lived here a long time. And a lot of times, it's sort of like that box in the middle of the room. The first couple of days you're stepping over it and you kind of see it there and you go, I have to get rid of that box. But after a while, you sort of just don't see it anymore. In other words, it becomes part of the environment. And when you've been here a long time, you don't see a lot of those things in the city, like the fences falling down, the screening walls that need to be repaired. And it could be that pothole. It could be those other things. And you look at the community, but I, I look at it just a little bit differently. I sort of have two pair of glasses. I have the rose-colored glasses. I go out and talk about all the wonderful things in the city, but then I have my real glasses, and I drive down the streets and the alleys all the time. And I go out in the community, just because I don't want to forget those areas that need attention. But it takes money to provide that attention. And that's kind of one of the challenges of, as we think about what do we want to be, the quality of services that we want to provide. Do we want those better screening walls? Do we want nicer parks? Do we want, very nice medians, landscape or manicured medians? Those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves, or do we want just very basic services? And I don't really believe that the citizens in the community want just very basic services.
I don't believe that either, Mayor. And unfortunately, we're to a place where, 2014, we can go one more year, and we know we can do that without raising taxes. But by the time we get to 2015, we're going to hit a wall.
That's right.
And it's going to be times for our decisions, what we've been planning for years and what we've been bridging, each of these 2-year gaps, we'll no longer be able to bridge those gaps.
That's right.
And at that point, our citizens will have to make that decision. Are they willing to increase taxes or fees, or are they going to want to reduce services?
Well,
and they'll get a chance to engage us with that.
And we're going to talk more about this in some upcoming programs. But and I kind of want to just spend just a moment to talk about this, because as you've been on council, or as I've been on council for a longer period of time, you really get a better flavor for what's going on. In other words, you start to understand the tax rate itself. You understand what quality staff looks like, and how well an organization is run. But people get really caught up in the tax rate itself.
Yes.
They're very focused on, we're 75 cents, we're 75 cents. And but what you don't realize is that how much are you actually paying for those services? And we've talked about some of this stuff before, and I've used the analogy of the cable bill as an example. But a lot of people pay anywhere between $100 to about probably almost $300 a month for their cable bill between internet and cable.
Mine's about $250, Mayor.
And mine is as well. I mean, it's up there. I think mine's around $250 as well. And and then you look at the property values where the average home price in Rowlett's roughly about $135,000, and then you look at those specific individuals, which is, again, it's an average, which means you have some more, some less. But at the end of the day, they're paying about $1,000 a year to the
Mayor,
city.
next year our average resident will pay $997 a year. That's $2.73 a day in terms of our property taxes.
Well, and to me, it's not just the $273. It's look at what you get for the $273. Because when you look at the organization itself, regardless of what happens, if you call the fire department, they don't say, oh, he's living under the $135,000 house. I'll just take my time getting there because I just stop picking my dry cleaning. And someone else calls and they're in the $1 million home and they have a 30-second response time. We provide the same level of service to every single citizen in this community, regardless of what they pay.
That is correct.
And that is police, that is fire, that is public works, and all the other services that we provide, is included in that tax rate. We are the best value in town. And trust me, if Verizon was running this, and I use that analogy of the Verizon bill, but you'd probably be paying thousands and thousands of dollars for that same service. And frankly, you are, and that's just for your TV, internet, and cable. And I'm using that as an example. But we're going to talk more about that in the upcoming months as we kind of get into that strategy a little bit, for people to really understand about the tax rate and, of course, what they're paying.
Well, Mayor, one of the things is that as we go forward with the education we're going to have to do and the dialogue we're going to have in our community, I know citizens are going to angst over this decision. And the City Council and our residents are going to have to make very strategic decisions to determine what our community's future will be. Our citizens will have that opportunity to engage and provide feedback with these decisions with the My Rowlett, My Community, My Money, My Choice campaign that we'll do next year.
And I love that campaign.
I did too.
And you know my favorite part was? Well, what was the little clicker?
Oh, yes, so that they can vote.
Well, I'm kind of a gadget guy, but what I really liked about it is the fact at the end of the day, you have a group of roughly, probably, I would say 25 people or so in the community that are extraordinarily vocal about that they don't want increased property taxes. And when you have the discussion, and they don't really care how you provide the services, they just don't want increased property taxes. And at the end of the day, to me, again, it's not about the property taxes. Do you want the service or not? And then there's a hard cost to that service. When the lift station, we had an incident out with the lift station where the pump went out, and it was on a weekend. And what do? The whole staff shows up. literally, with bells on, working 24/7 to replace that. Well, there's a cost to those people being there. There's a cost to the paying for the equipment for that kind of stuff, and all the materials. Someone didn't say, well, I guess we got to go to Avis and rent a truck now. No, you've got trucks for that.
That's right.
Why? Because it takes an investment to be able to run it. So
well, and not
that's
only
where
that,
this is
Mayor,
about.
just to make a point too.
Sure.
This is one of those things where our guys work behind the scenes 24/7 to ensure our customers were not impacted. And our customers did not know that this happened.
That's exactly
They did
right.
not even know it was going on. And that is a testament to the great work our staff does.
I was going to say, no, you're absolutely right. It really is. It is a true testament to the quality of staff in the organization that you have, and they really are superior. And they have done more. I mean, we're literally down 60 employees from 2007. And when you think about that for just a moment, part of that is because of reduction that we've had, but all part of it has to do with vacancies that we have. And so as you look at that, you go, it's amazing that we have not, lost the level of service they provide. These folks just work harder. And they continue to do that, which is really impressive. Now, I would encourage those citizens, though, if you're interested in the budget process, all of this information can be found on the city's website by going online.
That's
by going to Rowlett.com. It's a full packet that's in there, has all the detail information, more reading material than you can probably shake a stick at. And it's good information, but at the end of the day, we're really pleased to say this is the 9th consecutive year without a property tax increase.
Yes, Mayor, and that
Really
is a
incredible.
point to celebrate, but we will not be able to do that going in the future.
But can we celebrate now?
Yes, we can celebrate now.
Come on, let's go. Celebrate.
Yeah, kind of like
okay.
that.
Yeah, okay, never mind. All right, well, maybe the next program, okay?
Yes,
You can work on that, all right?
I'll work on that, Mayor, yes, thank you.
So, now if that wasn't enough fun, let's talk about some more fun that we have.
Oh, boy.
So we have decided at city, at the council level that we need to have additional work sessions. Part of the process that we've had, and believe me, I don't mind helping, but to be able to sign up for even more really is a commitment that the staff and council has. And we've made a decision to say, look, we don't think one work session before a council meeting is really going to be enough. And there are a lot of council members that want an opportunity to kind of digest the information before they make a decision.
Well, and oftentimes, Mayor, because of the time frame that we have, we brief you for 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the most, and then expect you to make a decision resulting in millions of dollars.
That's exactly right. So we have made a conscious effort to expand the number of meetings that we have, and now we have work sessions on a weekly basis.
Yes.
So last year we met 53 times. Think about that, 53 times. So
that sounds like weekly already.
It certainly is. Ask my family. But we've made a conscious effort, and I have to say this: it's not just 53 times last year. It's 53 times that we were posted. But then we have meetings with the city manager. We have meetings with the different organizations, our boards and commissions that we participate in. We have a lot of community events. I mean, there's an enormous amount of time that's spent. I probably spend, even though technically, the job in terms of being mayor is a part-time type position, I probably spend about 30 hours a week.
I was about to say probably closer to full-time, Mayor.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a challenge. And you guys do a great job accommodating us, but when we talk about the additional work sessions, what does that mean for staff? It means additional evenings, and it's additional preparation time to prepare the packet. It's got to be posted. Then council members have to read it, which means more time on their end, and then more time in the evening as staff and council.
But Mayor,
together.
at the same time, I really appreciate the council's willingness to do this because, we're trapped in the same ball. If we're all going forward and we only have 15 to 20 minutes to brief you, and then we have to move to the next item, we're not being able to engage you and have that dialogue we really need.
Well, and that's exactly right. And that's where, I think it's a real commitment on both parts to be able to say that we recognize the fact that we want to meet more, that we want to digest the information. And again, I really believe at the end of the day, better decisions are made.
I agree, Mayor.
So beginning with August, we just started on a weekly basis. Last night, and continuing on, we'll be meeting on a weekly basis. So if you have nothing to do on Tuesday night, you're welcome to come out and join us. Sometimes we're lonely. No, I'm teasing, but seriously, I mean, they are really good meetings, and I'm looking forward to them. So.
I am too, Mayor, and thank you very much for being willing to do this. Last night we talked about the process for rebuilding Kids Kingdom.
That's right.
And if we had done that in a council meeting, we might have spent 20 minutes on it. As a result, last night we were able to have a joint meeting with the Parks Board, and we engaged them for about an hour and a half.
That's right. So just to be clear, for this month we have 2 additional meetings on September 10th and the 24th. So that way, if you check online, you'll be able to see that. And you can get a video of those meetings. We posted online the following day. They are not broadcast live. The only reason they're not broadcast live is because we have other meetings running at time with planning and zoning. So we've only got so much camera equipment, so much airtime. So
Yes, sir.
everyone does a great job with that, but they'll be broadcast the following day. And of course, you can see those on our streaming video page by going to
Rowlett.com.
that's right, Rowlett.com. And exciting.
It's very exciting.
cool.
Don't forget the W's, 3 W's.
www.
Rowlett.com.
Good, very good. So, guess what? Guess what September is, Brian?
September is National Preparedness Month, and I see that you're prepared, Mayor.
Over here. That's your hat.
All right, good deal.
Gotta put this on for you.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. All right. Now, you know what we're
Yes,
doing?
I appreciate
We
it.
are getting prepared. See this? Look, check this out. Check. I got a flashlight. Check it.
Okay,
See that?
I see it. I see it.
Flashes. Look, see the red thing?
Got the red, yes.
Hold that for me.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
Good. You can wave around. And guess what else we got? We got our scanner.
Red, yep.
Scanner. This is not a walkie-talkie. It's a scanner.
Okay.
Okay. We got our scanner. And what else we got? We got walkie-talkie. Breaker 19. Breaker. Okay, good buddy.
Yes, breaker. That was all.
Are you having fun?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is kind of interesting.
But seriously, I want to talk about this for a second. But preparedness is really important. You know, we've got walkie-talkies, and you know what was really cool? I bought this. Check this out. This is a
Charge your own battery,
hand crank radio. It's a little cool antenna. See that?
Yes, I see
This
that.
has some TV bands on it. It has shortwave. It has all that cool stuff.
I have one of those myself,
You know
Mayor.
why? Because if the power goes out, and we can't forget the most important thing, our weather radio.
Yes.
Now, this is really important, but being prepared is so critically important. I'll put on my little prospect. You can hold that if you want,
Oh.
if you like holding it.
I don't mind
But
holding
let me
this.
tell you just a little bit about national. I like that color on you, though. You know that? It's really good. So national preparedness is like, because I'm never doing this show with him again.
No, never.
Remember, it's a year contract.
Oh, sigh.
So National Preparedness Month was founded after 9/11 to increase preparedness in the United States. You know, it's a time to prepare yourself for those you care for an unexpected emergency. But seriously, though, when you really think about it for just a moment, how important is it to truly be prepared? Because how many times do the lights go out in the house and you don't have a flashlight?
Oh, and it
you're
happens
hunting
all
around.
the time.
And how many times do the kids take the flashlight and then you don't know where they're at?
That's right.
You know, and some of us go, I'll make you more respectable. That's
all right, man.
So I
Just don't make me wear the hat.
I love you. I just want you to know that's why I'm taking this stuff away. But seriously, though, you know, it's really important because when you think about preparedness, it's not just having a candle in the house. It's having the batteries that you need. It's knowing where the radio is at. Some of us actually have tubs. We buy the plastic tubs, and we put everything in there. And in the classes that I've taken, what they tell you basically is if you had X amount of time to leave, and just say you had 2 minutes to get out of the house, what things would you grab? And a lot of times it's the mad dash all over the place. Where's the insurance information?
right,
Where's the pictures of
exactly.
the kids? Where's this? And to be able to have those in the specific tubs, it's literally as easy as grabbing the tub, throwing it in the car, and then off you go. And it's got your insurance information in there. It's
Yep.
got family photos, if that's what, you know, if that's things that you find real valuable. Other types of things, flashlights, it could be dog food, could be medication, all of those things. I even keep a couple sheets of plywood in the garage just in case there's any type of damage that's done. Because think about it this way. You know, Home Depot may not necessarily be open at that time, or if they're open, they could have a crowd. You never ever know. And even just recently, we had some straight line winds that came through Rowlett. And you know, we had some storm. I was at dinner with my daughter, and I watched this massive cloud come rolling in. And we were just sitting there eating, and literally we had great visibility. You could really see. And within seconds, I literally couldn't see my car parked in front of the restaurant. And it was coming down so hard. And I said to her, I said, wow, glad we're inside.
Yep.
It passed after probably about 15, 20 minutes or so. And then leaving, come home, I was amazed at the amount of damage. Trees literally just snapped off, and fences that were torn down, and roofs that were off, and you just don't know.
Well, and Mayor, you know, when you're looking at straight line winds, you can't always predict where it's going to hit.
That's exactly right.
There were areas of Rowlett that weren't hardly touched at all.
That's
and
right.
then you go to Mariner Park and some of these other places, and you see terrible damage. Almost every house had something.
That's
Their
exactly
fence was down, or a tree had fallen over, or a portion of their roof was damaged. You know, it just, sometimes it's so isolated, sometimes it's widespread, but you just never know.
I even buy a couple tarps. I have those in my kit as well. Some bottled water, those types of things. Because if something happens to the roof, that tarp comes in handy because you can
Yes, it
cover a
does.
hole. So the first thing we tell people is get a kit. You know, you cannot, you keep the emergency supplies on hand. We talked about the tub idea. That works really, really well.
I keep mine, Mayor, in a backpack.
That's a good
I have all of my emergency supplies, flashlights, first aid kit, all of that, including some snackies, because sometimes you don't know how long or how quick it's going to take before you can get to the store.
And even a pair of shoes. A lot of times, especially being in summer, you got flip flops on, or you're running around the house in bare feet. And if you had a grab and go, you may not have time to go grab your tennis shoes or sneakers, or whatever you want to call them, or work boots or something like that. So have a kit. For a checklist of those things, I just rattled off a few, but you can go to ready.gov for a list of the different types of supplies. And this is not the doomsday prepper type of stuff. I mean, the things that we worry about in this community, honestly, are more wind related, like tornado or that type of stuff, or maybe heavy rain or some flooding or something like that. But you need to be prepared.
You do.
The other thing you need to do is develop a plan. It's the plan is not just hey, I developed a plan because I had nothing better to do that day. Right?
Well, I agree, Mayor. And the thing is that
yes.
Yes, Mayor. But I will tell you though, having a plan of action, can make sure that you and your loved ones know where to meet up, know how to call, who to call, how you're going to check on each other, make sure that your house is going to be okay at the time. Everything that's under your care, you got an emergency plan
and you
for.
may not have, see, that's the other thing that people don't understand. You may not have access to your cell phone at that time, meaning that the cellular tower may be down. So maybe it's being able to teach the kids, leave a voice message, tell me exactly where you're at. I'll also, if I can do the same, I'll do that. And that way we all have the voicemail code to check, and that way we can, there's different things you can do, but that plan is really important. Work with your neighbors. How many times do you not know your neighbor? It's getting out to know those folks and know what kind of cars they drive, know do they have kids in the house, elderly people in the house. That kind of stuff's really important. And of course, finally, be informed. Find prepares information at ready.gov. Learn what to do before, after, or during, before or during or after an emergency. And you can contact your local emergency management agency to get essential information on specific hazards in your area. And just some of those we talked about, the flooding, the high winds, those types of things. That we are really, I think, at highest risk for those types of things.
I would encourage you to do the ready.gov. One of the things, Mayor, that during an emergency is not the time to prepare.
That's right.
And so often people start preparing just before an emergency. Fuel may be gone. You may not be able to get in the store. The store may already be closed. Power may be out. It's not the time to figure it out then.
Well, and where do you go? If there is a tornado warning, and a lot of times we don't think about tornadoes because why, it's not spring anymore. But just this past month, you had high winds that came in Rowlett, and they were extremely high. And so where do you go? You don't want to stand in front of the window because you can get hit with broken glass. So it's teaching your children and even yourself to say, this is where we go and meet. This is the safe spot in our house. And it takes a few minutes. An ounce of preparedness goes a long, long way.
Yes, it does,
So
Mayor.
For more information on National Preparedness Month or to help getting prepared, you can visit ready.gov or you can call 1-800-BE-READY.
Be ready. 1-800-BE-READY.
So are you ready for your fire hat?
I am.
You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah, Citizens Fire Academy.
Because that's my fire siren.
Yes.
I didn't have that prop, so we could use like the little flashing red light or something, no?
No, I have that noise on my iPad and I drive my dog crazy with it.
Well, it is time again, and it is time for our Citizens Fire Academy. What a fun event. The fire rescue kicks off the fall season on Thursday, September 26th.
And Mayor, each fall, Rowlett Fire Rescue offers a free 8-week Citizens Fire Academy. The class offers adults in the Rowlett community an interactive, in-depth, insider's view of the services provided by the City of Rowlett Fire Rescue Department.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I was going to kid, but they might get upset with me, so I won't say anything. I was going to tease about the fire department, but they do a tremendous job, and I'll tell you, a lot of times people say, well, they just hang at the fire station, or they just or they're shopping at the Albertson store, or they're doing this. They are in the community, period. And you know what?
They are, Mayor.
Seriously, rain, sleet, snow, shine, whatever the weather condition is, flooding, they are there. And a lot of our emergencies, of course, are of course, medical emergencies. We've had, a series of house fires or building fires, but they are literally there all the time. And the thing that amazes me with that, people really don't understand what they do. So they think, in some case, I'll get a call and say, I just see them at Albertsons. Well, what you don't see is the 2-minute response time they have going out to your house when someone had that heart attack.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they have all the equipment and they're all trained. All but one are paramedics. That's really amazing when you think about
Well,
it.
our entire department, Mayor, and a lot of cities, they don't have that.
That's right.
Not everybody is that. And one thing I want to say that, our participants, those who participate in the academy, they receive fire safety education, fire safety training for both the home and the workplace, and hands-on experience in emergency operations.
Well, I'm a real believer in you don't have a lot of respect until you walk in the shoes of. In other words, you really don't, until you've had a chance to kind of live that life, you really don't have a true respect for that, for any job for that matter. You don't realize how hard it is. And to be able to have an opportunity to go through the class gives you a whole new level of respect for the men and women that serve in that department. The class culminates a burn day, which is really cool, where participants don the fire rescue gear, and those jackets are heavy, by the way. I mean, it's amazing the type of gear they put on the gear to put, and they put a fire at the Garland Fire Training Facility on 66. And again, it gives you a whole new appreciation for what those men and women do, because it is very dangerous work. Whether you're extracting someone out of a vehicle, you're showing up at an accident, you never know what you're going to expect, and you never know if today's your last day, because they put their life on the line every single day.
They do, Mayor, and what we would encourage you is to join the Citizens Fire Academy. Come join the fun, make new friends, and enjoy the experience of a lifetime. For more information and sign up, please call 972-412-6230.
Very good. I like that. So, let's talk about something else that's fun.
Movies on Main.
Movies on Main, that's right. You want to tell us about it?
Sure. Grab a chair, head out for the evening of a cinema under the stars on Main Street. Watch movies projected on a giant inflatable screen, much like a drive-in movie atmosphere. Have popcorn and drinks.
We're at the drive-in movie, get it?
Yes,
okay,
I did, Mayor. It's okay. On the front lawn of the library,
like
4000 Main
wheel.
Street. I might need something to block
Hit me.
to block you. That's what I need. We do it on the front lawn of the library, which is 4000 Main Street, on Friday nights in September starting at dusk. Our movies include...
Well, on September 6th, we have Paranorman.
Paranorman. Yes.
Is that scary? Have you heard of that one?
I thought it was Paranormal. No, I think he's...
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so it's Paranorman. Okay.
Yes.
And then September 13th, we have Little Rascals. I've heard of that one.
Yes, I grew up with the Little Rascals.
And then we've got Hotel Transylvania. How's that sound? Is that good? Is it scary?
No, it's not quite that deep, man.
And of course, these events are free, and we have open seating available, and it begins at 6:30. And the seating's available at 6:30, but the movie begins at dusk. So pack a picnic dinner, enjoy and bring your blanket. You can bring your chairs, but just sit out on the lawn of the library where the movie starts, and just bring your bug spray as well too, because you never know.
Bring your bug spray, and for more information, you can call 972-412-610, or go on our website at Rowlett.com, www.rowlett.com.
See, now, before we go to commercial break, this wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, this was just yes, Mary. It was it was well, okay.
Brian's out for the next 2 days in therapy. he put his arm around me. I can't believe it.
Well, at least you didn't hold my hand. That's all I got to say.
That's Mary. In the next segment.
Oh boy, here we go.
Ahoy, mateys! You be swabbing the decks and heaving the yard arms if you miss the chance to party hardy with other vile varmints at the Rowlett Public Library's Talk Like a Pirate Day on Saturday, September 21st at 2:00 p.m. in the meeting room for families. Wear your pirate best and swagger with the rest, or you'll be walking the plank. Try to keep a smirk off in your mug while Captain Pegleg Pennylucky tells pirate tales of horror and terror. Sing for your supper or suffer the horrible fate of the watery Davy Jones locker. See you at the library. Arrgh!
And we are back. Well, you were back too. I'm really pleased to say you made it through. You made it through the break.
Barely.
Well, we're going to start off with it, and let's talk a little bit about our Crime Watch tips. And we have Officer Chad Caldwell, and maybe you can kind of tee this up a little bit.
Sure. In this Crime Watch tip, Officer Caldwell is going to talk about back-to-school safety. Please make sure to watch for flashing lights and obey the traffic laws in our school zones. And here is Officer Caldwell.
Hello, I'm Chad Caldwell, Community Services Officer for the Rowlett Police Department. School is back underway, and with that comes great responsibility on behalf of three main groups of people. Those people are drivers, parents, and students. The Rowlett Police Department would like to offer the top 5 tips for each group to ensure that everyone stays as safe as possible. First, for the drivers, watch for flashing lights and obey traffic laws in school zones. Do not honk your horn or drive erratically. Do not block crosswalks. Always stop when directed to do so. And most importantly, watch for child pedestrians. Parents, it is very important that you, as a parent of a school-aged child, talk to them about the importance of remaining safe at all times, regardless of how they got to or from school. Please share the following 5 tips with them, and please ensure they understand how important it is to follow these tips. Always use sidewalks and crosswalks. Look both ways before crossing the street. Always wear a helmet when riding a bicycle. Play safe on the playground. Follow all school bus rules. And lastly, students, be sure to walk in groups. Do not talk to strangers. Do not take shortcuts going home. Don't overstuff a backpack. And always report bullying. Lastly, if your child will be going home alone or looking after younger siblings after school, please make sure they know what to do should an emergency occur. If you can, ask a neighbor you trust if they would check in with your children, just in case your child needs help with anything or if they are unsure of what to do in different situations. Thank you for your time, and as always, stay safe, Rowlett.
This is one of my favorites.
What is that, Mayor?
Well, this next segment.
Oh,
You know
okay.
why? It's
Why?
Construction Corner.
Ah, yes.
It's not the same as Where Your Money Goes, but it's Construction Corner with
I
Jake
understand.
Gillian, my buddy. He talks about all the stuff we have going on.
He's going to talk about the construction in Linwood Alley and the replacement of over 300 feet of sanitary sewer main line. Here's Jake with all the details.
Great.
Crews have begun work in the Linwood Alley, replacing over 300 feet of sanitary sewer main line. The vitrified clay pipe has surpassed its useful lifespan and is in dire need of replacement. Along with installing new PVC pipe in the alley, the crew will replace one aged brick manhole and another in place of a dead-end cleanout. This will allow crews better access for cleaning and inspection. And once the sewer main is replaced, our contractor will move in and replace the pavement in the alley. Upon completion of both parts of this project, we can ensure uninterrupted service to our community both above ground and below.
Time to stretch, Mayor.
That's right, stretch. I was actually flexing my muscles.
Well, okay. I was just, I mean, prop mine up.
For those watching, I'm the before picture on the Nutrisystem commercial, okay?
somebody's
but it's
got
always
that.
a good time to go work out.
Yes,
and
it
I need
is.
to work out. And what's even better is we have a lot of stuff going on at our Parks and Rec department.
Yes, we do, Mayor. Our registration is now open for a full slate of fitness classes, children's activities, sports teams, and activities for older adults offered by our Parks and Recreation Department at the Rowlett Community Center.
Do you ever play tennis?
I did at a time, Mayor. My knees wouldn't do it now. Thank you.
Or golf?
Yes. Golf's a little easier. You can
Yeah.
whack something.
Well, Linda liked golf.
Why is that? Oh, it gives you a longer stick to hit you with, I can tell you that. The Fall Lakeside Leisure has
He
information.
tries to bring it back in all the time, doesn't he?
Yes,
He's trying to-
but our Lakeside Leisure has information on over 50 ways to get healthy and stay active right here in your hometown. Don't have to leave.
And let me tell you about the Lakeside Leisure magazine, very seriously. That it is amazing the amount of stuff that they have going on. When I flip through that, and you scroll through that, it is unbelievable the amount of programs. I mean, it's not just for kids. I mean, they're people of all ages, from seniors
That's right.
to young adults to children. I mean, there is just a lot going on.
Well, and Mayor, right now, our citizens can sign their kids up for racquetball, basketball, soccer, and hockey. Adults can get on the team sports action as well with basketball, volleyball, and softball. There are so many activities for older adults too, such as bridge, monthly lunch socials, fitness and computer classes, and field trips.
That's right. And you can browse the Fall Lakeside Leisure, which is the magazine, of course, or you can find the perfect activity for everyone in your family. And you can go to Rowlett.com for more information on that as well.
www.rowlett.com.
Or you can stop by the community center and pick up a copy.
That's right.
So lots to do.
In September, the Rowlett Community Center is offering a variety of programs. Parents' Day Out will be offered for children ages 3 to 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 1 beginning September 3rd. Children will be introduced to numbers, letters, colors and shapes through music, stories, arts, crafts, environmental education, and physical education. Each month will have a theme that will incorporate fun learning. Children must be potty trained to participate in this program. Also during the month of September, gymnastics and tumbling, ballet, tap and jazz, competitive cheer, imagine acting, group piano, and modeling and etiquette will be offered at the community center. Make sure not to miss out on your favorites like a little kicker soccer for preschoolers or archery for 12 years and up. Both promise to be lots of fun and educational as well. We will also be offering some brand new programs in the fall from Bricks for Kids. There are programs for preschoolers and school-age children. Looking for something for your kindergarten to 5th grader to do on Friday nights? Check out Kids Night Out at the Rowlett Community Center. There are also mini camps held twice a month on Saturday. These programs will get your kiddos' brain juice flowing. Also, Skyhawks is back with golf, basketball, volleyball, and flag football camps along with their programs. Skyhawks is a national program that has been the leader in youth sports since 1979. They are coming to Rowlett and are committed to providing a safe, fun, and skill-based experience for your kids. Want to try the latest craze in fitness classes? Bakwa is coming to the community center. Starting on Tuesday, September 3rd, you will be able to experience the newest dance fitness craze. Bakwa is different. It's not really a dance workout. There is no choreography and no counting steps. Participants draw letters and numbers with their feet while moving together to music and free-form rhythm. Everyone is doing it. If you can move and you can spell, you can do Bakwa. From 4-year-old kids to men and women to guys with 2 left feet to world champion dancers, Bakwa engages participants of all ages in the same class and to the same music. Don't forget, we offer childcare while you work out. Child's Play is a drop-in playtime program that is a stimulating environment for children to explore, play, and interact with other children. Child's Play is available Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 and Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8. The fee is only $3 per visit or $20 for a 10-visit punch card.
The Rowlett Parks and Recreation also offers programs for our citizens 60 and better. Every month, the Rowlett Community Center hosts a potluck social on the second Thursday of the month. On Thursday, September 12th, chicken will be served. Participants are asked to bring a side dish to share and to pre-register at least 2 days in advance. On Wednesday, September 18th, come on out and enjoy a ride with friends up to the Choctaw Casino in Durant, Oklahoma. The bus will depart from the Rowlett Community Center at 8 a.m. The cost is $10 per person. And on Tuesday, September 24th, come on out to Dos Charles Mexican Restaurant at 11:30 a.m. for lunch around town. These are great opportunities to meet new people or to just socialize with friends. Round up your friends and make sure you get registered for the Adult Fall Athletic Leagues. We will be offering men's flag football, co-ed volleyball, and men's basketball. Register today and leagues will begin in early October. Looking for some family-friendly free activities? Movies on Main will be held on Friday, September 6th, 13th, and 20th. Come on down to Main Street for a memorable evening of cinema under the stars. Pack a picnic dinner to enjoy on the lawn before the movie starts. These free events will have open seating starting at 6:30 p.m. with the movie beginning at dusk. Don't forget to bring your blanket.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I'm doing tech stuff, high-tech stuff with my phone.
We're supposed to be doing this show.
But that's what this is about. This segment, this is really cool. This is a technology tip from the library presented by Phil Barrett.
Phil Barrett.
That's right. And you know what I really cool? Because he teaches you, he talks about downloading apps on your smartphone. You know, I got a smartphone. This is a very smart phone. Probably smarter than I am, but this is a smartphone.
Do you have any apps?
I have tons of apps. Look, let's check this one out. This app, the Citizen app, works with my watch. So when, like literally, when my phone rings, my watch vibrates. Isn't that pretty cool?
Oh my gosh.
So it's really cool apps. I love apps. But Phil this time is going to tell us about all the different types of apps. And there are smartphones, game apps,
Yep.
productivity apps, fitness apps. I need fitness apps.
I would like to have.
many
I
of
would like
those.
to have a program that would do my
right.
fitness for me, Mayor.
And social media apps, and so there's lots of stuff. But a lot of people don't know how to use the apps.
Yes.
And here's the key with that: there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of apps, probably thousands, in that matter.
Thousands.
And literally, when you go through, you say, which app do I pick? So it's being able to use your phone and being able to download the right types of apps, and you can really personalize that. So Phil's going to talk to us about that. So here's Phil with all the tech tip details.
All right, love Phil.
Hi, this is Phil with the Rowlett Public Library, here with a tech tip. Today we're going to talk about some apps for your cell phones and tablets. So in order to get apps, you first need to go to the App Store for whatever your device is. For Android devices, that's going to be the Google Play Store. So you look for this little icon there, and you click on that, and there you open up the store. And it's already kind of divided into categories for you. Apps, games, music, books, depending on what you're looking for, you can kind of push these buttons and browse. If you know specifically though, you can always just click the search. And the search is going to be the little microphone there. Okay, so I'm going to search for Dropbox. Now, usually when you type something in, it'll start giving you suggestions. So click on that and pull up the actual app. Now when you've got the app here, it'll scroll, you can look at, they'll give you a rating and then some customer reviews of people that have already downloaded it, and then some similar things. If you're looking at an app and haven't really heard anything new about it, it's usually worth your time to look at those reviews, because then you can tell if it's like a legitimate thing, or if people have had problems with it crashing their phones or something. You can kind of get a feel for how good it is. But for things like Dropbox that are really popular, usually you can trust that the app is going to work out. Now for free apps, you'll just look at this little thing here where it says install, push the button, and then you have to accept, and then it'll download the app, and then once that's finished downloading, it'll just automatically install. Nothing else is really needed from you at this point. Just let it install and then open up and start using the app. Now, if you're not getting a free app, if you're getting an app to purchase, instead of install right here, it'll say whatever the price is. So in this case, $3.99. And when you click on that, click accept, and then instead of just installing it, you'll have options that'll come up for, if you're using your cell phone, you can pay through your pay plan. Google Play also lets you attach a credit card to it. So if you're buying apps, they make it pretty easy for you as well. For iPhone, instead of like Google Play Store, you're getting it from Apple. So it's the App Store, and it's this blue icon here. So we'll click on that. And same kind of deal, it'll open up, they'll have different categories for you. You can look at what's popular now. At the bottom, there's different things. And there's also a search. So we'll do the same thing and search for okay, and you'll see there's the little button to install, so just click on that, then install app. And once it's installing, the only difference between Android and Apple is that it's going to ask for your password. So you could just type in whatever that password is, and then it'll finish installing the program and you can use it.
Mayor, do you know what September is?
My birthday?
Well, actually, it's my birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah,
When's your birthday?
September 8th.
I'm September 11th.
Are you? No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I got there first, but 9/11 didn't happen. Yeah,
Seriously.
but mine's September 11th. But you're September 8th.
Yes, I am.
We should celebrate. This is exciting. We should have like
Another
a big
reason to
picnic.
celebrate.
Exactly. Another reason to celebrate.
Well, September is Library
Can I
Card
sing
Sign-Up
birthday?
Month.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
I
let's
forgot.
not do that, Mayor. Please, let's not do that, please.
Let's talk about the library. How about that?
That's a good idea. I agree.
I'll let you go. Go ahead.
You know, the Rowlett Public Library card is the smartest card in your wallet. It's your free ticket to lifetime learning and entertainment. Our library offers the most important school supply of all, a library card. Students of all ages find the tools that they need to succeed at the library. From free access to databases and homework help to encyclopedias and test preparation materials, the library has something for every student.
Well, you know what's even better is that the young readers can enjoy educational programs and activity in addition to a wide variety of reading resources that make learning fun.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's really cool about our library. And Nook and Kindle users can even check out ebooks.
We have ebooks, Mayor.
Do you have a Kindle or?
Actually,
Nook?
I have an iPad.
I know,
And
I do too.
I use apps like Nook and iBooks, and I love it. I read all the time.
Yeah, it really is. Well, for more information on how you can sign up for a free library card, you can stop by the library at 3900 Main Street.
Yep. And here's Mary Lynn Sexton with the upcoming events and dates for the September at the library.
Hi, I'm Mary Lynn Saxton from the Rowlett Public Library, located at 3900 Main Street in downtown Rowlett. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. There are 96,000 reasons why you should need a free library card. Your free library card gives you access to thousands of books, thousands of movies, magazines, audiobooks, ebooks, and online resources. The library has programs all month for all ages, and all the programs are free. Join us for a special needs parenting workshop with Linda Westrick, Regional Coordinator of Partners Resource Network, on Saturday, September 7th at 2:00 p.m. in the library meeting room. Learn the basics of how to connect with your school counselors to advocate for your children. Enjoy festive costumes and dancing with the Anita Martinez Ballet Folklorico on Saturday, September 14th at 2:00 p.m. at the Rowlett Community Center. Come and join us for some new story times for children. Monday mornings in September, there are 3 20-minute story times. Bouncing Babies for Lapsit Babies at 10 a.m. and The Young and the Restless for Walking Babies at 10:30 a.m. and at 11 a.m. Introduce your babies to books and vital pre-reading skills with these interactive story times. Wednesday mornings in September at 10 a.m. and again at 10:30 a.m. Toddlers will have fun while developing a love of learning in Giggle Wiggle story times. Stories stress letter recognition with interesting and colorful tales plus music, action rhymes, finger plays, and crafts. There is a different theme each week. Preschoolers will have their own story times with Shake, Rattle, and Read on Friday mornings at 10:30 a.m. and again at 11 a.m. Continue your child's introduction to the alphabet and promote early word recognition by encouraging little ones who are almost ready for school to read along and learn rhymes. Come early to get a ticket for the new story times on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tickets for the story times will be available at the reference desk. New this fall for older children, Primetime Story Time for primary school children ages 6 to 10 is a chance to learn about books in their reading level. Primetime will meet on Thursdays at 4:00 p.m. in the meeting room. On Saturday mornings, make a weekly trip to the library to catch a movie, make a craft, or play a game. There are activities for families in the meeting room at 10:30 a.m. on the first 3 Saturdays of the month. On Saturday, September 7th, the library will show the popular PG-rated movie, Sky High. There's always something fun and educational at your Rowlett Public Library.
This is one of my favorite segments. They're all my favorite, but this is actually my favorite segment.
Okay.
And you know what it is? And Jake does a really good job with this, Jake Gillen. It's
Where your money goes.
Can you say that? Say,
Where your
help me out here.
where your money
Just
goes.
look in the camera when you do that. Try it one more time.
Okay.
Where your money goes.
This is an opportunity where we basically take a look at the utility system, and each month we highlight where that money is going, the $8.65 that we have on the utility bill to pay for maintenance. And we promise the citizens every month that we would show them exactly where that money's going. So we have a great little opening. It's where your money goes, and you got to have that little echo in there. And then,
Well, I
okay.
think we did it great, Mayor.
I think you did good.
Okay.
But we'll try better next month. But maybe I'll let you rehearse it, okay?
All right, well,
All right,
I'll
good.
rehearse that.
But here's
Where's your
Jake
money goes?
Gillian for more information.
Where your money goes.
They're at it again. The City of Rowlett utility construction crew has replaced the aged ductile iron water main on Hidden Valley. Of course, they used the pipe bursting equipment purchased earlier this year to install 500 feet of 6-inch PVC pipe. During the process, they replaced one fire hydrant and added one to the system. As you may recall, Hidden Valley is where our crews discovered 6 repair clamps within one section of pipe measuring 20 feet long. This discovery led to an in-depth evaluation of the entire main line, and the decision was made to replace the entire main with more durable material.
Where your money goes.
Well, as you're aware, we talked a lot about, earlier before, we talked about the importance of emergency preparedness. We talked a lot about that. We started off with our segments for that. And one thing that's really important are fire safety tips, of course, which are really important. And of course, our fire marshal, Brian Beckner, is going to be talking a little bit about that.
And since September is National Preparedness Month, Fire Marshal Brian Beckner and CERT member Chris Paul are getting to show you what goes into building an emergency preparedness kit.
Hello, I'm Brian Beckner, Fire Marshal for the City of Rowlett. September is National Preparedness Month. Today I have Chris Paul from Rowlett Citizens Emergency Response Team, CERT. Chris is going to give you some helpful ideas on getting prepared in case of an emergency.
Thanks for the introduction, Brian. This September, you can be the hero by being prepared. September is National Preparedness Month, and this year we're focusing on just a few basic steps that will make all the difference should you be caught up in a local emergency or disaster. There are 4 areas. Stay informed about types of emergencies that can occur and know what to do to keep your family safe. Make a family emergency plan. Build a disaster emergency kit. And get involved in your community. Preparedness is an individual responsibility. When you and your family are prepared and an emergency strikes, first responders are able to assist those in the greatest need first and then help others as resources allow. Being self-reliant allows you to be resilient and recover from disaster quicker. Know your local risks. In the Rowlett area, the greatest risk of natural disaster is from weather-related emergencies, such as tornadoes, hail, and high winds. Is your family ready for severe weather no matter what the season? While severe storms in our area typically occur from February to April, it is not uncommon to see other types of weather emergencies throughout the year. Know what to do to keep yourself and your family safe from dangerous weather events. Make sure your family has an emergency and communications plan that includes a common out-of-town contact, primary and backup meeting places, alternate driving routes and places to evacuate if necessary, and home fire safety plans. You may not be together as a family when an emergency happens. Consider what to do if there is no access to cell phones, gas stations, grocery stores, ATMs, etc. Know work and school plans. And don't forget planning for your pets. Build a kit. Disasters can happen anywhere and at any time. Be prepared with emergency supply kits in the places where you live and your family spends large amounts of time, at work, in your car, and at home. Here's an example of a kit that includes things like a flashlight, whistle, battery-operated weather radio, small tools, 5-gallon bucket, water and food. Your kit can be as big or as small as you make it, and you don't have to go get it all at one time. A common approach to building a kit is to make a list and get a few items each week until the kit is complete. Remember to rotate your food stock and water. And lastly, get involved. Be part of the Rowlett community and stay connected to what is going on. Receive emergency messages directly from the city by signing up for them at rowlett.com. If you own a cell phone, sign up with a service that delivers weather emergency alerts and other emergency information directly to your device. Consider taking a free Skywarn class from the National Weather Service so that you can tell the difference between a gentle summer storm and a tornado approaching supercell. Be part of your homeowners association or other neighborhood crime watch group. Rowlett sponsors a nationally acclaimed community emergency response team. Consider joining if you want to be more involved in an emergency or disaster. For more information, go to rowlettcert.com. Thanks for watching. This September, You can be the hero by being prepared.
Thank you, Chris. I hope that you find this information very helpful. If you have any additional questions or have an idea for a show, please either call me at 972-463-3940 or send me an email at bbeckner@rowlett.com. Until next time, I'm your Fire Marshal, Brian Beckner.
Hello, I am Alan Gard, the Director of Financial and Information Services for the City of Rowlett, and welcome to this month's update of the City of Rowlett's monthly financial report. This report is provided as one element in the city's effort to ensure financial transparency for its citizens and policymakers. The Finance Department prepares the report and presents it to the City Council at a regular City Council meeting each month. While the presentation made at the Council meeting usually provides a high-level overview, the report itself is very detailed, providing information on each of the city's funds, key local, state, and national economic indicators, and dashboard information about the city's primary operating funds, major revenue sources, and overall fund performance. The purpose of this report is twofold. First, the report informs the City Council and the public regarding the status of the city's financial position. In other words, where are we versus where do we project we would be at this time of the fiscal year. Second, this report informs the staff and City Council about significant variances in projected versus actual revenues and expenditures. This allows the Council to monitor the city's financial position and make adjustments as needed. This report also provides a context for making decisions appropriately for future budgets. You could say that this report serves as an early warning system. The report provided to Council in July includes financial information through June. We are now 9 months or 3/4 of the way through the city's fiscal year. As we move closer to September, and as we are now in the city's budget season, staff has been reviewing revenue trends more closely as we prepare revenue and expenditure estimates for City Council to consider for the fiscal year 2014 budget. On the revenue side of the equation, overall the city has earned or received $63.2 million for all funds in fiscal year 2013. This amount is 79.1% of the approved operating budget of $80 million and is 1% higher than the forecast projected through the month of June. Expenditures have totaled $59.5 million through the same period. This amount is 74.4% of the approved operating budget of $80.1 million and is 1.8% lower than forecast through June. Based on these figures, the net surplus from operations is $3.7 million, and this is $1.7 million better than we expected at this point in the year. This is a continuation of the positive trends we have seen so far this fiscal year. As I have previously noted, the report serves as an early warning system for staff and the City Council. In fact, the first page of the report is a handy one-page summary that can direct the reader to specific areas of concern. Listed on the page are the various key pieces of data that are analyzed each month, including major operating funds and specific revenue and expenditure comparisons. This page allows you to see performance at a glance. Green indicates the item is positive or within a negative variance of less than 1%. Yellow indicates a warning for decision makers and indicates the trend is negative, between 1 and 5% of expected performance. Red indicates a negative trend of more than 5%. This summary page provides a quick reference that allows the reader to go right to the page in the report where they can find more detailed information about that particular item. You can find this information and much more when you view the entire report at the city's website, www.rowlett.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, Alan Gard, the Director of Financial and Information Services, at agard@rowlett.com, or you can call me at 972-412-6288.
Now, as part of our show, since this is your first one, every show we always talk about upcoming dates of interest, and a lot of times we have all this stuff going on in Rowlett, so we try to highlight some of the key things we have going on. So I'm going to start. We have Council and P&Z meetings in September. So our first is a council meeting, then our Tuesday, September 3rd and September 17th.
And also the P&Z meetings will be Tuesday, September 10th and Tuesday, September 24th.
And we also have, in addition to all that, we have our new City Council work sessions on September 10th and 24th.
That's right, Mayor. And a video of the additional meetings will be posted online the following day and are not broadcast live.
That's because we have P&Z running that time.
That's right. We have two simultaneously.
So, and all meetings can be seen by going to
Rowlett.com on streaming video page.
On our streaming video page, that's right. And of course, don't forget about Movies on Main. It's in front of the library at 4000 Main Street.
That's right.
And it begins on Fridays in September at dusk.
And on September 6th, we will have Paranorman.
September 13th is Little Rascals.
September 20th is Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you, Mayor.
I like that.
Yes.
I might renew your contract. You need those little teeth, though.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right. Start spreading the news. Guess what?
What?
Well, the good news. You know why? Because we had to start planning your neighborhood party now.
Oh, that's right, Mayor. National Night Out for 2013 is on October 1st, 2013.
I know, it's hard to believe, you know, but neighbors are encouraged throughout the community to lock the doors, turn on the porch lights, and gather with the neighbors to show unity against criminal activity. It's a great time to get your neighbors together.
It is, Mayor. Many neighborhoods in Rowlett plan on special events such as block parties, swimming parties, and cookouts.
You know, it's a lot of fun. We had a huge turnout last year, and I just want to elaborate just for a minute because I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't know their neighbors. I cannot tell you how many times people have no idea what the folks that are living next door to them. And to me, it really bothers me because when we talk about this great sense of community we have, it starts at home. It starts next door. It starts with your neighbor. It starts on your street. It starts on that block. And it's really, really important. And it does help. You know, there's crime watch programs, those things like that. But National Night Out is a great way, just an opportunity to get out in your neighborhood. What's really cool is you get to meet people you haven't met before. Some of the neighborhoods we went into actually had parties. They literally shut the entire street down, and they had hundreds of people show up with cookouts, and it was really, really cool. So please contact Officer Chad Caldwell in the Police Department's Community Services Division at 972-412-6242 or sign up your neighborhood. Or for more information, you can contact him as well, and he'll put you in touch with the appropriate folks to help plan that party.
Yes, sir.
Now, what else do we have coming up?
Mayor, we have Diversity Day on October 5th of 2013 from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at the Rowlett Community Center. What a great activity.
It's a lot of fun. You know,
It is.
I met last year. They had some people from Turkey there. They had all these different different artifacts from Turkey, and they gave me this beautiful little, I believe it was like a keychain or something that they made. Really, really cool stuff. But it gives you an opportunity to really embrace all the cultures within our community, which is really nice.
It's a great day, Mayor, and every continent is represented. So many different countries, so many colors, so much music. It is a wonderful opportunity.
So, what country would you represent?
Probably German.
Were you?
Okay. German.
Well, my grandmother actually, you know, I'm German as well.
Oh, I
you
didn't know that.
Yes, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Oh,
You should say yes.
Okay. Ich sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Okay.
See?
So,
Yeah,
all right,
I
well,
remember
here's
that from
the deal.
second grade.
Okay, so my grandmother, don't forget this, okay, my grandmother still lives in Germany and she's 90 years old, actually just had her 90th birthday. Isn't that exciting?
Yes,
That's really
I can't
good.
say 90 in
and my father is actually, of course he was born in Germany, he's here, but he lives in Philadelphia.
I lived in Germany.
Did you really? What part of
Yes, I
Germany?
went to second grade in Germany. We lived near Frankfurt.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Well, that's where she lives, and then actually she's in Kiel. She's actually up near the Denmark border right now. So lots going on. But that's Diversity Day, so come and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. October 5th from 9 to 12 at the Rowlett Community Center.
It will be a blast.
All right, you made it through. Aren't you
Yes,
glad?
I think I have, Mary. Yes,
Are you
I
going to
am.
pray now and thank God that you're here? Yes, so thank you, Lord.
I'm glad these
All
are
right.
monthly and not weekly.
So in closing, because you'll be back.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed the show. But we want to thank all of you who tuned into today's program to stay in touch with your government. You know, do you have an idea or suggestion for the show? Email or call us. I was just going to say, please let Brian stay. Yes. We want good emails. Tell us how much you like Brian. He needs that encouragement. So if you have an opportunity, because this is his really first show with me, and I'm a little bit crazy. So if you have an opportunity, send him a note, tell him what you think, tell him thanks so much for being here, and we definitely want him to come back. But if you have an idea or suggestion, we said, email or call us. We'd love to hear your feedback. We're always looking for that because we do incorporate those ideas into the show. And a special thanks to our communication staff, Drew Rist and Denise Perrin, for all the hard work and effort that they put in this show. Again, as we said before, the show was produced entirely by city staff.
Yes.
And can be seen on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16. It's in-house, and they do a great job.
High quality, Mayor. Absolute outstanding job.
Well, I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate all the hard work with staff and the effort with the budget. We cannot thank you enough. So until next time, thanks for watching the September edition of Rowlett on the Water, on the Move.
On the Move.